Okay, hello. I hope my voice is audible. Okay. Okay. Let me lower the music first. Hey, hello. Okay, so what we going today? So, uh, let me reduce my volume. Okay, so today we will be creating a project. It will be a simple project. Uh, it will be a student management app. So, hi, Brevin. Okay, so what I will be so basically live sprint. Let me talk about the live sprint basically. So in the live sprint, what I will be creating, I will be creating a project in the single stream. Okay, so it can be a project like student management app, or it can be a project of anything. If you request me to create any project that you like, you can comment me down below, and I will add it to the list in the live sprint. Okay. So today I will be using a tech stack, Vue as a front end, and the database will be the Postgres, and the backend will be the Django. And in the next sprint, I will be creating a same student management app, but in the different tech stack. And that tech stack will be Angular and Golang. So I am trying to create two different tech stack because I think there are many people who know about Angular, and there are some people who know about Vue. So I think going with two different tech stack and creating same project will be the better idea, so that they can understand what I'm basically creating, and they can get the gist of all the things. Okay, so let's talk about the features basically, and what I will be creating in this app. The app will be very small. It will not be a big, because the stream can become even more big. So I just want to shrink it, uh, make my stream around 2 to 3 hours, not more than that. So what I will be creating. Uh, so let me bring my drawing board. Let me check. Okay. Uh, Let me. Uh, okay. So there will be a screen. Don't mind my drawing. Basically, I'm not good with the drawing. So let me. Uh, okay. Will be more sad. Go with the pencil. Decrease it to 6. Okay. Yeah. This is good. So there will be a front screen, and the screen will be of the index page. The index page will be it have some navigation bar at the top. The navigation bar will contain the icon of the name, or the project name, you can say. And the second will be the in the right side, I will be adding course, and then I will be adding student, and then I will be adding a profile. Okay, so not profile. Basically, I will not be adding profile, because it will the project will become even more big. So I don't want to do that. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Uh-huh. So this will why it is happening? Okay. So this will be the name of the project. This will be a section where the list of all the courses will be present. Okay, and this will be a section where the list of students will be present. Okay, I hope you are understanding what I'm saying basically. So uh, yeah, sure, I will add this in my list. Okay, good, great suggestion. I will be. Okay, so today I will be creating a student management app. Uh, so I will add it tomorrow in the tomorrow stream. That will be okay, right? Okay, so the name and course and the student will be there. So this will be the whole gist of the project. And the course, inside the course, there will be a screen. In that screen, there will be a table of everything, and we will be listing all the list of students, and you can edit, delete, and perform all the CRUD operations. Uh, okay, so basically, I'm using a Linux app, Linux Mint, and in the Mint, there is a default drawing app present. So let me check what is a drawing app. So it's basically the software name is Draw. So it doesn't have the unique name. So yeah, I hope you are getting understand. So both section will be will contain a table, and inside the table the list of everything will be there. And after that I will be extending, adding even more features. So I hope we will get started with the code. Let me open my VS Code first. Okay. Mhm. Okay. So let me change my this. Let me open the uh uh wait a minute. Open folder, projects, and okay. So I will be basically creating everything from scratch. So in during basically when I will be creating all these projects, I will be explaining what I am doing basically. Okay. I think yeah, it is. Is it okay? It is available in the Arc. Basically, it's a Linux application, so you can get in the uh, Arc Linux. I think so. You are basically using Arc Linux. Okay, so let's create a. So I will be creating a first front-end app, and after that I will be creating a backend, and after that I will be connecting both the pieces together. So let's get started then. Okay, I will not be using Copilot basically. I don't want to. And I basically suggest all of you that you shouldn't use Copilot. It doesn't help anyone. Will not help. It can speed up your work, but I don't know. Aircraft. Sorry, bro. I don't know about Rcraft, but I think basically the distro uses the Linux underground kernel, so I hope the Linux will work. I think you can install the draw. That's not an issue. Hmm. Wait, guys. Let me give me a 5 minutes. Breaking. Okay, so Shivank, you can use draw application in the Rcraft also. That's not an issue. You can even use Excalibur, but Excalibur is a premium based subscription. You have to pay for it. And there is another application that you can use if you have Linux distro. I will suggest you to use Joplin. So let me open this thing. Sure. You can use this application. Let me show you. So this is an application software that you can install in your Linux distro. So in this you can use this. You can draw or you can write. It is similar to the OneNote if you have used it. So you install Joplin and you can search it from the Google and download it. It will work fine. Okay. I will not suggest you to use this application because it is not good. It is very laggy and somehow the rubber is also not good. So I don't prefer that you should use this. Yeah, it is available. It should be available because it is using the Linux distro. So I think it will be available. Okay, this done. Okay, so let's first create a front end app. So for creating a Vue application, you have to type this command npm create Vue at the rate latest. So basically, I will be using a latest version of the Vue application, and mm, what should I name this? I will be naming this. I will be naming it front end. Okay. So basically, it is asking me whether should I be creating with JavaScript or should I be using TypeScript for that. So Pinia, I will be using a Pinia state management application. Prettier port formatting. It will be. I will be using a router. So yeah. So we have successfully created a front end application. Yo. So let's go into the front end folder. Jashri, if you are here, Jashri Krishna. So basically, if you are here, I was basically thinking to create an e-commerce application, but it was basically I was thinking to create a big application. Uh, so it will be regarding a e-commerce application where you can user can create their own stores and they can sell from there. So I was thinking to create it, but it was not. I will be not putting inside the Sprint project. I will be putting it a separate playlist for that, and I will be creating that project. It will be a very big project, so I need some time for that, basically. So you will get everything. Okay. So first install the packages. So npm I install it. Joplin downloading. Yeah, great, cool. I hope that helps. npm. So okay, so Shivank, what is your review regarding the Rcraft? Is it good operating system or should you suggest or not? Okay, so we have successfully installed all the packages. So let's go inside the package.json file. So inside the package.json file, you can see the Pinia is already installed, the Vue is already installed, the Vue router is already installed. Oh, okay, okay. Uh, right. So I'm basically using a Mint uh, Linux distro. Earlier, I was using Popin OS. If you know about that, Popin OS. Oh, Parrot OS. So I'm hearing many new names right now. Yeah. So basically, Vue router are separate package and the Vue is different package. Okay, and the Pinia is a state management package if you don't know about that. Okay, so let's first run the front end application, see what it looks like. So npm run dev. So I will be using a dev script. Uh, okay. I don't want to use this 5173 port. I want to change this port. So I will go inside this white config, config.js file. And inside that I will be entering port. I think it was port or it was server. Yeah, it was server basically. Okay, inside the server. Oh, oh yeah. Yeah, Arc Linux is good with the old architecture laptops. Old architecture. Yeah, I think it supports the OEM. Yeah, good. Port is good, and I will be setting a port of 3000. So it will host the front end in at the 3000 localhost. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's open this port first. Uh-huh. Okay. Localhost 3000. Okay. So okay. So I will be removing all this thing. Let me close this. Okay, so let me go inside source. What I have to do? I have to first uh, let me create a Django project also. Okay. Wow, it is taking more time. Okay. Don't know, it is taking much more time. A new window. Okay. And what I will be doing, uh, I will be opening same folder, workspace projects. Okay. Uh, well, so basically it is not opening it. Go inside the workspace. Uh-huh. I will be creating open it. Okay, cool. So it's got finally open. Let's go inside the debug console. There's the terminal. So this is an empty project. Let me create. Okay, I will create a Django project also. Django app. So first I will create a Python virtual environment. First I will create basically a virtual environment. After that I will be installing all the Django projects inside it. I will be using a Django REST framework, not pure Django. And so let's first install Django virtual environment python 3 dash m dot env. V it will be venv dot env. So basically I'm putting dot venv because it will hide this folder. Will not show the folder. inside the file explorer if you open it. Okay, so VNV is installed, created. Okay, so what should I do? First, I will uh, sorry, I will create a requirement.txt file. Requirements.txt file. So inside the requirement.txt file, I will be creating a sorry, Jai Shri Krishna. Okay, for creating API key, right? Regarding what? Sorry, I'm not clearly understanding what you're saying basically. Okay, so inside the requirement.txt file, let me go here. Which what I will do. Okay, so okay. Uh, okay. REST framework. For API key, no, you don't need API key for create for REST framework. Uh, Regarding REST framework, okay, so if you are creating an public API key, sorry, a public API for for your customers or for users to use your API, REST API, so you need API key for that basically. Or if you are creating an authentication based application, I think you need API key for that, but I don't think so you need API key other than that. So for creating API key, REST framework is not used for creating API key. Basically, it is used to create an REST API, to use that API inside the frontend to request a data from that API, so that backend process that data and send it to the frontend. Basically, if I am understanding what you are basically saying, based on that, I'm just saying that. Uh, you can post question. That's not an issue. I think I can be wrong if you are saying something and I can get wrong. Okay, so basically, I have listed all the packages that I will be using. So it is a typing extension that basically Python Django needs. SQL parsing. So I will be using PostgreSQL and it needs some type of parsing tools. I will be using ORM basically. So internally it needs SQL parsing. PsychoPG, basically I will be using PostgreSQL. To connect the PostgreSQL, it takes an internal package, and internal package name is PsychoPG. So you basically need this. Pillow is for image manipulation. If you know about the pillow, if you have used the pillow, basically it's used for image manipulation. You send an image or you convert the image into different extension. I think convert for image conversion, or you can say um, im- uh, changing the size of the image, cropping and something. Basically it heavily used for image manipulation. Django REST framework, you already know that Django REST framework is a separate package and it's built on top of the Django. So it utilizes the Django basically. Uh, Django filter. Okay, so it is something new. So Django filter is used for filtering. So if I say basically, if you so filtering means if you send a query like you want a list of student that got marks more than 10. Oh, okay. So if you got the student list, you have to list down all the students that got greater than 10 marks. Their marks is greater than 10. So you use basically query like where 10 is great, where the marks is greater than 10. Okay. So you filter it out based on the query. Okay. I will show you everything in detail also. But what filter does, it is somehow similar to the ORM. So basically it abstract all the things that you need. So basically you just have to create a class, pass the Django filter inside it, and just give the instructions some, and it will work like a charm. So you don't have to write everything if and else and conditions and everything to perform that filtering. You just need Django filter for that. Okay, I will show it to you. Django course header, it is for course issue. If you have used if you have created website, or you will face this issue basically if you are in the process of creating a website. So basically what course issue is, um, it is basically you the website is hosted on this domain. For suppose for an example, let me open my uh, drawing board, and after that I will explain it to you. Okay. Let me open. Okay, so what I will do, let me create a drawing first. And okay, cool. Uh, okay, so okay, so what basically happens inside what is basically course? So course issue is that if you have the front end, okay, suppose this is your front end, okay, and this front end is hosted on my dash domain.com. Okay, suppose this, it is hosted on this domain, right? uh, then you okay, so you have created a backend, separate backend. Okay, suppose I have basically created a backend in Django for an example. So that backend, that server basically is hosted on this another domain that is not same with this thing. Okay, it is hosted on separate domain, and the domain name is myd.com. Okay, so myd.com is a separate domain name, and this is a separate domain name. So what happens basically? If frontend sends a request to the backend to get some data from the backend, it will call this domain. It will use this domain basically. And what basically browser does? It rejects this part. Why? Because of security issue. So you cannot use a separate domain directly from the from the front end basically, because the browser doesn't know whether it is secure or not, it is safe or not to use this domain directly. So what we basically does, we create a header, we add some metadata inside the header file, uh, and that metadata we put instruction inside that, like we add post, get, verb. So basically it tells we tell the browser that we can use this for post and get. Okay, you can suppose if you have put and update, it will reject that one. Okay, so in summary, this basically it does. Course is this issue. So you cannot call the different domain name API. The API should be of the same domain name. Of if it is not, I don't know. You cannot create a API on same domain name. I think you can use subdomain for it. Uh, So if the API is the server is hosted on separate domain name, you have to add a course policy inside that, inside the header. Okay. So let me show you this. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to the Django. What I will be doing, uh, let's install all these packages that I have listed in the requirement.txt file. To install this package, I have to use this command pip install dash r requirements.txt file. Okay. So it is creating an issue here. Oh, okay. So basically, I have to activate a virtual environment before using all the Python commands and pip commands. Mm, so what I will be doing, first I will be activating uh, uh, if you call it through request. Okay, so if you are okay, so if you are using a REST API that you have created and it is hosted in separate origin, and if you are requesting with that API, uh, no, it will not work. Basically, it will not work. You will see this issue inside this project also, and I will show it to you in great detail also. So that's not an issue. I will explain course in detail, so you don't have to worry about that. But it will not work. You can use Postman to check test and everything with the website, because the Postman is not hosted on any local server, in different server. Basically it uses some internal course validations and everything, so you don't have to do that. uh, Monish Kumar, thank you. Yeah, I will be adding that also. Don't worry about it. So first I will activate a virtual environment. Source, source dot ver dash bin dash activate. So there is a shell file inside this VNV. If you go inside this bin, this is the shell file. I think this is a exe file, executable file, and this is a shell file. So basically all the different type of build file is created inside this. You can use it inside the window also. You have to call this. So for window, you can use directly this. I think you can just you use this. You just go inside this vnv slash bin slash activate, and you just press enter, and it will work. But for Linux, I will be using source. Uh, so yeah, so it is activated. For activation, you can see that it will be showing venv. Okay. I'm basically from India. Good. You can understand with my accent, right? Okay. So I have activated the virtual environment. So I will enter that command again. Okay, so it will install all the packages that is mentioned inside the requirements.txt file. Okay, so everything is installed here. Okay, so now I will create a project. To create a project, you just have to type this Django dash admin start project, and inside this, after the start project, I have to name the project name. So what I should name? I will name it SMS. So it's a short form of student management system, basically. Okay, so it successfully created the project. As you can see here, the apps is installed. The same folder name is created here. So this folder name contains all these files. So okay, so let me tell everything. Okay, so let me talk about the init.py. So init.py is a file that initializes this module, basically. So this is the module, SMS is the module, and init.py initializes this module. Okay. ASGI is if I tell about ASGI, so basically ASGI is a asynchronous server gateway interface. So asynchronous server gateway interface means that it handles the request asynchronously. If you have used Django earlier, basically Django works in using the WSGI, so web server gateway interface. So basically what web server gateway interface is, it handles the request synchronously. So what do I mean by synchronous? So let me open again my drawing board and I will explain it to you. So basically synchronous means go inside this. Okay, so basically synchronous means that suppose this is your backend server, right? Okay, inside the server, suppose front end, suppose there is a user that there's a user. Okay, my drawing is not good, so uh, I hope you are understanding what I'm basically saying. So suppose user submits some button, click some button. So button name is submit. Let's assume submit. It's click that button, it sends a request. It's basically JavaScript inside this front end sends a fetch request to the API name http colon colon slash d.com slash mess data. Okay, suppose this is an REST API. Okay, what is happening? I think I'm getting a network issue. Guys, if you are here, you can type, send me a comment or everything. You can ask any question if you like. Okay. Uh, okay. So I hope you are getting a clear understanding what I'm basically saying. So suppose what happens here, user some clicks a button named submit. Submit uses a JavaScript inside the website, inside a front end application. So suppose obviously Vue uses the JS, and JS, what JavaScript does, it uh, JavaScript does basically it's fetch or use get verb to send a request to this httpd.com data REST API. Okay, that I have created inside the Django server that is hosted on separate domain. Okay, which the domain name is d.com. Okay, so what it does, it go inside the server, and inside the server, what basically happens? Uh, so inside the server, basically there's a two part. Okay, so let me do this. So inside the server, there's a two part. Okay, Okay, so this is a gateway interface. This is a server. This whole box is a server. And let me tell you that server is just a computer machine, you can say, or you can say it's just a CPU or laptop. Okay, so it's a form of physical device. Okay, inside that the operating system is set up, and inside operating system, this Django is running. Okay, so I will not be jumping in the inside the server. So basically, you will get confused basically. Sorry. Uh, okay, so inside the server there is two things. First is a gateway interface, and the second is Django backend. So Django backend is basically hosted on the local host. Okay, basically you already know because it is hosted inside the server, so it will be hosted inside the local host. Okay, right. The server is hosted at the specific domain, but Django is running inside the server, right? So it is hosted inside the local host, and the local host has some port, and the port name is 8000. Okay, the 8000 is connected with the gateway interface. So internally Django backend uses a gateway interface. What gateway interface does, it go inside request goes inside this. So the request is get a request. So it goes inside the gateway interface. Gateway interface sends this request to the this port, 8000 port. Okay, and 8000 port. And what is basically what is hosted inside with the 8000 port? It is the 8000 ports 8000 port, sorry, send this request to the Django backend. Okay, and Django backend, what it does basically, it takes the request and process it and sends back this request in the form of response to this 8000. 8000 sends this to the gateway interface, and the gateway interface send back it to the front end. Okay, so this is basically happening back and forth of sending and receiving the request, sending a response, receiving the request, right? Okay, so here is a main twist. So the main twist is this, is that basically, suppose you are getting one get request. Suppose there are three users. Okay, and in the three users, both three users are sending a get request. They are clicking the same submit button. Okay, and both three users are sending a get request to this. So suppose this is user 1, this is user 2, and let me remove this first. Okay, so this is user 3. Okay, so all three users are sending same get request. So what WSGI does, web server gateway interface, it takes one request, send it to the 8000 port. 8000 port sends this request to the Django backend. Django backend process the data and send the response to the 8000 port. 8000 port send that data back to the gateway server interface. Gateway server interface send it to the the user 1. Okay, then after completing this thing, it accepts this second user get request, and it will then gateway interface sends the second user request to the 8000. 8000 send it to the Django backend, and same goes for third user also. So this process is called basically this process is called synchronous process. So synchronous process means that you take request, process it, and send it back to the user. Then you take the next process and then process it, then send it back to the second user, and you do it synchronously. So you perform one task, then do another task, then do another task. So it is basically blocking the another all the requests that has been basically standing outside the gateway server interface. So it is waiting for one request to complete. So this is not a great way when we are handling a traffic. This is not the good idea. Where WSGI is not a great thing when we are using when we are creating a backend for a user that for a site front end site that already handles around 1000 or 2000 and 3000 and even millions of users. To solve this issue, um, Django included ASGI also. And what ASGI is? ASGI is basically a asynchronous server gateway interface basically. So what ASGI does, inside the ASGI, it takes all the three requests together. Okay, it takes all the three requests together, and it basically distribute this request based on the priority levels. So suppose if one get request is hitting this local host, so what it happens during the processing time, the another get request also get hit this localhost, and when the first get request gets completed, then second user gets inside the response data. So basically what it does, it basically cache the data also. It performs some optimization based task. So basically it is when we are comparing WSGI with ASGI. ASGI handles multiple tasks asynchronously. It will not block all other requests and just process one request and then take another request. It will take all the three requests and process it all together. But WSGI doesn't do like that. Performs also basically. It will take only one request, process it, then take another request, process it, and then take third request, process it. So it will take time. WSGI is basically slow as compared to ASGI. Okay. Uh, so I hope you are understanding what I'm basically saying. I'm not. If you have any question, you can ask inside the comment. So let's talk about urls.py file basically. So urls.py file is a area where you registered all the URLs. So as you can see, there is an URL called admin also. So this is an admin site.urls. So basically, you know that if you create a Django project, it creates a admin panel separately by default, and you can use that admin panel also. Uh, Regarding WSGI, sorry, not regarding settings.py file. So inside the settings.py file, so there is a one variable called installed apps. Another variable is middleware and templates. So I will go through all these variables, but first what I will be doing, I will first run this project, create a super user, and I will show what basically I will show admin panel also. Okay, so let's Python. Let's start the server first. Python 3 manage.py run server. Okay. Sorry. I have to go inside this Django project first. Inside the Django project, there is a file called manage.py. Okay, so it's run the server. Start. We have successfully run the server. Yo, whoa. Okay, let's go inside this browser and let me type localhost 8000, and you can see that we have successfully installed the Django project. Okay, great. Okay, so you can see here that we have to migrate some of the changes like admin, auth, content type, session. So basically, when you create a Django project, it gives some of the features by default. Okay, so these are the list of features. You can see here admin is one feature, auth is another feature, content type is another feature, sessions, messages, static files. These are separate features that is provided by default inside the Django project. Okay, when you create for the first time, right? And you can see middlewares, standard middlewares are already provided. You don't have to separately add middlewares. But I will add middleware. Okay. Yep. So we have created all this. So now what I will be doing, I will be creating a Postgres database, and I will be connecting Postgres to this Django project. Okay. So let me start my first Postgres server first. I will start my Postgres server and start G. Okay. So it will start my Postgres server, and what I will do, I will go inside this localhost. Postgres is running on this port 5050. Copy. Guys, if you have any question, you can ask. I will answer your question. Okay, so this is server. Okay, so basically it is asking me to enter a password. Uh, okay, so yeah. So I have create. Okay, so what I will do, I will create a new database basically. Uh, Create database, SMS, should MS. Okay, so database name will be stud MS. Okay, okay, I will save this. What I will do, so if you go inside the schema, inside the schema there is a public folder. Inside the public folder you will see there's a table. Okay, so tables basically contain all the list of tables that we have created. Okay, so what I will do, I will connect this Postgres with Django. Okay, so uh, okay, okay, so what I will be doing, I will be okay. So Django engine is Django backends dot Postgres. It is a Postgres engine. Let's see what will happen. Close this.